So, what are the interest rates that are available for foreign nationals when buying a property in the UK? It's really difficult for me to make a video on this because rates change all the time. So it's important to note that the rates that I mention in this video are not going to be specific, and I'm not going to say the exact lender, but I'll give you a range of what's available at each deposit amount and a rough range of what's available in the market. But it's important to remember that if you're watching this video in 2 weeks or in 2 months' time, then the rates that I'm mentioning now might not be correct because they can change. They change all the time. It's almost like the stock market in terms of where interest rates are at. Some lenders are reducing one day, the next, it could be someone else reducing or increasing their interest rates. So, to give you a rough range of what interest rates look like in the mortgage market in the UK at the moment, they sit somewhere between 4% to 6% to take out a traditional residential mortgage at the moment in the UK. Now, to get the lower end of those interest rates, you will always need a much larger deposit. So, you would need normally a 40% deposit of the property value that you want to buy to get the lower end that I just mentioned, so closer to 4%. Some rates are actually a little bit under that at the moment as of today. Um, the more expensive interest rates will be with a 5% deposit. So that's realistically the lowest deposit that you could use. Um, with a 10% deposit, you will potentially get closer to the 4%. So the cheapest rate in the market at the moment is about 4.75%, and it is accessible for a foreign national, and that's with a 10% deposit. It's also on a 5-year fixed rate, so it depends on the length of the fixed rate, but these rates with a 10% deposit will range somewhere between 4.75 up to about 5.6% at the moment, really depending, as I said, on the fixed rate length, so whether it's a 2-year fixed, 3-year fixed, or 5-year fixed rate, and also your personal circumstances. So, your personal circumstances, when I say that, I'm really talking about the four key pillars that you might have heard me talk about before, which are your deposit amount, your credit score, your income, and also your residency status. So, visa type, how long you've lived in the UK, etc. If you're hoping to use a 5% deposit, then the rates at the moment are around 5.99% to about 6.32%. Maybe a bit higher than that with some of the lenders. There's really only 2 to 3 lending options though with a 5% deposit if you're on a visa. So that is kind of the rate range. They're not going to be any cheaper than that. There's not many lenders doing it, so you have to expect to pay a premium, so higher interest rates. Of course, it's important to work with a professional advisor when you're actually wanting to understand what rates you can access specifically, and ideally one that's got access to the whole of the mortgage market to make sure that you will get the best possible deal. Of course, I can speak for myself, I'm a specialist advisor for foreign nationals, so it makes it a lot easier for me to understand what the cheapest deals are for my clients. Because they're all in a similar situation when it comes to speaking of those four pillars that I mentioned again, because usually visa status is very similar. Normally, how long they've been in the UK is very similar. Deposits amounts are similar. Income structures are similar, etc. So I understand which options we can and cannot go to. Um, Hopefully that was helpful as a rough guide. Of course, once you're ready, it's the only time that you should really be thinking specifically about what the interest rates are is once you actually got your deposit together, once you're ready to start viewing properties, because at that point, the interest rates at that time will then be relevant. Um, if you did like this video, then look, I've got another video that I think you'll really, really enjoy. I'm going to pop it on the screen somewhere here. It's called Everything You Need to Know to Buy Your First Home in the UK as a foreign national. It's a step-by-step guide, and I think it will really help you. So put it here, give it a click. Hopefully you enjoy. And if you did enjoy this video, please do drop me a like and a subscribe. Really helpful for me to keep bringing you, hopefully, this useful information. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.